These indicators right here are the reason I'm able to
Welcome back, fam. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. LTA, baby. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. You officially got right now your LTA playlist, my friends. 1 hour of pure savage, especially for you, created based upon the streams here. All right, the Trading is War playlist by Lorenzo Corrado and Gavin Dante. So get yours now, right now, at the moment. Utilize it, gives you that smooth energy throughout the day here. Right? Spread amongst multiple sessions, multiple trading sessions. It's going to be extremely helpful. All right, let's make it happen. Welcome back to the streams. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here, to host you on a day-to-day basis here. Make sure you download the ebook. As always, it's very important. All right, make sure you manage the trades accordingly with us. All right, if we manage our trade a certain way, it's up to you to decide what to do here. This is your responsibility. You know why we're doing. All right, we're continuing the process. Every single day in our process is to win with the fam. Sounds good? Sounds good to me. Ha! Fantastic stuff. Let's see what we have here with us. As always, on a beautiful Thursday. Time is flying, man. Damn. Streaming is so fun. Streaming is fun. Alright. Fantastic. Steve, Snowfall, my man Abel. As always, Lord Blanket. Piyush. Mula. Kennedy. Sarmat. Nikki. Yes, sir. Candle Slanger. Derek. The chat. Let's smash up the like button, fam. 600 likes. Let's kick off the stream with some solid framework, with a nice foundation. As always, the only way is up, my friends. The only way is up for you, for me, for everyone else, for our winning streak, for our trades, for our learning, our experience, our trade management. Everything. Okay. Beautiful, fam. Let's dive into it. We have 10 more minutes for some news that's coming out here. Okay. Let's talk about gold here. Don't have to explain you anymore, right? For the OGs here, I don't have to explain you a single thing anymore because you get it already. So, mission completed, I would say. All right. Let me know here. OGs, what do we see today? Let me quickly rephrase it. Let me ask you the question one more time. What are you currently seeing for gold? All right. Because we're on the same page. You and I are right now on the same page. And if you're not yet, you will be. In a matter of time here, you will be on the same page as well with the team, all right? With our OGs at the moment. So, let me know what you guys are seeing currently. Yeah. I can see that you see it. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. So, yesterday, of course, the previous weekly value high, we talked about the key level. We still managed to break below it. Okay, we tried to get into our long. We managed our trade. We expected a bigger retrace. Price didn't go in that direction. We still broke even perfectly. We managed to trade accordingly, the way it should be. Okay. What happened was we still came down after that. Okay, we closed multiple 2-hour candles above it before we came down. I think the initial move from the previous week very high was around, yeah, still pretty big move eventually, like 140 pips or something like that. Pretty crazy from the previous week very high, but eventually we came down, all right? What is interesting though, and this is a new entry model we're going to introduce, is the break, retest, continuation play. Okay, and that's a previous week very high during Asia. We would have been a very nice trade, by the way, right? Number one, you break below it. Number two, in the size of candle. Number T, top wick, break. Super nice setup, super nice trade. However, the only thing is it was during the Asia session. So I don't think many guys would have taken this one. If you trade Asia and you see price stepping into it, then I think that you would have seen it. But again, right at that closure after the Asian, during the Asian session here, very early, I don't think so, to be really honest with you. All right. So price naturally continued to our next level. And that next level is the previous Sunday open, right? On the 1 hour, we closed below it. So the 1 hour is invalidated. The 2 hour, however, closed above it. The 2 hour is still in play. All right? Let me know if that makes sense here. The 4 hour supposedly could close above it here. So therefore, so far right now, the previous Sunday open was our next level. Why the previous Sunday open? Well, if you utilize the indicator, which is a free indicator you can utilize from our Discord, all right, the session breaks, you get all the opening price of the week. This is the current opening price, right? 24.14. The previous was at 23.60, all right? So price came back to the previous Sunday open, and it's now holding above it here. And do take consideration that we might find some support. Price looks bearish, yeah. However, when you look at this 4-hour window here, let's look at the 4-hour real quick. We can kind of see now also that we're kind of holding up here, right? We're creating that trend, potentially holding support at the trend. We don't trade trend lines, but we do take that in consideration, right? The overall trend is now holding up. The alignment of that key level is important. So what's next? What's next, fam? That's a question to you. All right, we have a couple of news events here. The red folder news, of course, the initial jobless claims is coming in around 8 minutes. Then we have the S&P, the PMIs coming at around an hour later. So an hour and 15 minutes later. And then the new home sales at 10 a.m. All right, so we have quite some news today. Do take that in consideration here. But you can see that the hold right now at the previous Sunday open is an interesting one. Question is this a 2-hour play or is this going to be a 4-hour closure? And is the 4-hour going to give us that next bottom wick and that next flip, that next continuation play? That's the question. We will see. All right. We have to wait for this news to come out. In this case, if price shoots up to the previous week very high, that's our next level. Nothing has changed from that. Matter of fact, you can see clearly that that rejection was pretty solid right there once you broke below it. But also that could be a retracement into it again. I would not be surprised if you bounce from it. But most importantly, I think that 4-hour closure is going to do it. That 4-hour closure gives us the indication that the news is already behind us. The 4-hour candle has closed. You then have a double wick confirmation on the previous Sunday open on the 4-hour, which is pretty significant. And then the next one is the one. Is potentially the one here. All right. So if price shoots up, it is what it is. We have to wait for the previous week very high. If price stays around it or it comes down, we're going to respond around the Sunday open again, see how it responds, see how we can act around it if there is a lot of price movement in the first place. All right. So this is something that we will find out. However, this is all looking great. The trend line is holding up nicely. All that stuff is fantastic here. I just wanted to be aware of the 10-year yield. All right. 10-year yield is now still in resistance. Okay, we're just using simple structures for yield to understand what's happening here. All right, facing some resistance now as well. If price shoots down, this is going to be good for gold. This is going to be bullish for gold. Okay, the yield is much more important than the dollar at this particular moment. However, the dollar is also slowing down a little bit as well here. You saw that around at 3 a.m. All right, EST, 3 a.m. we started to reverse down. And that's exactly the moment for gold when we started to come up. So if you go here and you look at 3 a.m. on gold, that's also the moment when we started to push up again. So there is somewhat of an alignment here. So far, I'm not impressed with the dollar at this particular moment. The yield is looking not that strong unless it breaks above. Yeah, man, I'm quite neutral on the correlation part. I think we just have to wait for a response of the news, see where it takes us. If price comes down and we close the 4-hour candle, then I do think that we have the best potential opportunities, the best solutions from there. I think that's what we're looking at. If you get this and you're aligned with it, press a yes in the chat. All right, I want us to see that congruence every single stream. I want to make sure that we are updated constantly, that we update each other. All right, and just put it this way. Right, we're here to learn on a day-to-day basis. Yes, we're here to execute trades. But executing trades without learning is worthless. It's absolutely worthless. So that learning curve is what matters. It's that learning while you're earning. It sounds great. It is great. It's better if you learn though. Much better if you actually learn from it. All right, that's why we're spending so much time streaming, of course. Okay. Let's make it happen, fam. Let's wait for the news first. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, if you are into this Spotify playlist, it's set up for you right now. We're going to add on new tunes on a weekly basis, of course. We're going to make sure that we keep you updated with new, fresh tunes right here. Smash a like. Let's get this playlist, you know, let's make these unknown artists famous. That's the goal. That's the plan. Nasdaq is flying. Really. Yesterday was looking great. The Nasdaq is, oh man, the Nasdaq is indeed flying. I agree with you. Man, over and over again, fam. Over and over again. It tapped into the fixed value area high yesterday, late. Very late, after the stream. It tapped into the fixed value area high again. That same range. Entry model. Right there, but super late. Super late. And then an entry model 3, however, with such a big gap. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of such a massive entry model 3. So the only thing that I would look at is internal structure potentially. I think this was nice, but again, the timing. Right? The question is, do you trade before the daily closure? Most of the guys would say no. So yeah, that is definitely something to take consideration of. 2 trades though on the Monday and the Tuesday were very clean. Very clean LTA setups here. This one as well, but way too late. Way too late. So for now, you need to let price run. Like, you know, you're in the middle of nowhere. Price needs to do its thing here. And then from there, you will see. You can utilize the yesterday's range, but or maybe you can utilize the swing, by the way. That would maybe be the better option, right? Watch the swing right now because of an aggressive move. It's actually much better than utilize the previous day. That swing, aggressive swing, and then wait for a retracement into whatever the PoC and then see how price responds from it. Something like that is the only thing I would look at for the Nasdaq. Something like that. Yeah. A guy who made the playlist, did you get paid the $50? He did. He did get paid $50. Hey. Of course. I don't understand your reasoning to wait for the 4-hour closure. Why not waiting for an entry model now? Yeah, because you have news. Number one, you have news in a minute. The 4-hour closure is one of the most manipulative, you know, candle closures. So this is where a lot of guys usually get trapped significantly. And if you have an entry model 1 on the 4-hour ready, and the news is behind you, at least the first part of the news is behind you, then that makes, in my opinion, the most sense to wait for that 4-hour potential entry model 1 setup towards the previous very high and continue to push, at least bounce a little bit back up towards the 2384, something like that. All right. So that all depends on this closure now. And the news right now. Let's go to the lower time frame real quick. Start on 15. All right, to 215. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy, fam. Nothing spectacular here. So, yeah, if price comes up here, okay. This is another setup, another layer. If price comes into the PoC, the previous Sunday open again, the 2360 again. Now, let's say. Right, and the 4-hour, you know, closes, then you can wait for that breakout here to look for your entry model and your stop loss below it, and you target the previous very high or higher. The only thing though is if there is an opportunity on the lower time frame, let's say you push down into that level one more time, right here, and you start formulating an entry model here, it's much more efficient to take an entry model from here on the lower time frame rather than sitting and waiting for the 4-hour. Yeah, that's my suggestion. If price decides to pull back, right? Again, if price pulls back, I only am more bullish. The reason why is because I think that what tends to happen here is that they utilize this range. Stop losses are going to be built up there. Then that's what you want to target first. You want to target the highs there due to the fact that they might going for these highs here. What do? You create like a higher low W formation, taking out the highs and then looking for a potential reversal play. So a pullback would actually be much better, because if you create a pullback right now, then and we set up an entry model on the lower time frame, then we have a higher risk to reward setup, and that could be better also, right? So you let then price develop on the 15-minute. The 4-hour is then closed. If you then get a 15-minute entry model on the 4-hour, you can't wait for the highs to be broken, but it's then maybe better to look for the internals, to start looking at entry models on the internals. So let's see how price responds, fam. When we pull back into this level, if price comes towards the zone here overall, that would be nice. That would be nice. Do you think about trading silver? Maybe. Yeah. So far, gold is doing well. I'm happy with gold now. Silver would be after the monthly candle closure. So if silver shows a significant strong monthly candle, or sorry, weak monthly candle, sorry, strong monthly candle against gold, then yeah, then potentially silver is interesting here, especially if gold moves up. Definitely. There we go. Any recommendations for my trip to the Netherlands? Yeah, well, have you never been to the Netherlands before? Amsterdam, right? The usual, the touristic side of Amsterdam. Always nice. Why not? Rotterdam, my city. Also nice. Couple things that you have to see here. It depends if you wanna understand the culture or if you just wanna have some fun. Yeah. Yeah. Do you like football? Nah. Yeah, well, I have nothing against it for sure. I watch it. I like it sometimes. I mean, I'm not like a big supporter. I'm more into boxing, more into fighting. Yeah. But can you teach us? Can you teach us for money? So our private group is currently closed. We'll open next week, so keep a close eye on that one. That's my my suggestion indeed. I've accidentally lost all my assignments and data in Forex. Could you please reinstate? I don't know what you mean, my friend. Sorry. I don't know what you mean. If it's a question related to our community, then open a customer support ticket. All right. We have some delays. So many tickets are open now. So we have some delays. So yeah, be aware. Be aware of that. Be aware of that, yeah. Be aware of that. So can we look for distribution here on the 1 hour time frame? As already manipulation has happened. EM3. Yeah, well, so that's gonna be the same as the 4 hour entry model. You know, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be that you are right though. Like, if you consolidate it here and you break the highs here, then this is automatically your 4 hour, your 4 hour entry model 1. So, you know, I do agree that if you break the highs here, that this might be then that manipulation and then that expansion targeting the highs, right? That's definitely something that I would look into. I always have something I would prefer. I would prefer to come down. The higher the risk reward is going to be. If you can manage to get an entry model in the previous Sunday open already. The way we responded from it the first time was great, right? The 2 hours holding up above it very nicely. And so far, so good. So if price steps into it one more time, the 4 hour closes, yeah, we'll see. If you break the internal highs, enter model 3 indeed, potentially also the 4 hour. So yeah, it's pretty decent here. Let's see if you come down though. That would be the ideal. And as you can see, the best thing is to wait patiently, right, for that 4 hour closure regardless, because news came out, the 2 hour was maybe a little bit too fast, and the 4 hour will help you tremendously. Because if you close above it, yeah, we have something here. Matter of fact, if you come into that same level again, then yeah, internally we can look at levels and then we can enter as well, which then will significantly higher our, you know, our risk to reward. Is if you take price up again, and if you close below it, then it's invalidation. So if the 4 hour closes below the previous Sunday open, the buys are invalidated, and then it's time to start looking at a potential continuation. A potential continuation to the downside, but that's plan B. But the beautiful thing about LTA is that you can just take it level by level. So in this case, we came down, right? We were aiming for the retracement, never came the retracement here. Yeah, we came up around what, 100 pips. Came down again. Now this was a beautiful sell, only way too late, way too early, or way too late, depending on where you're from. That was a beautiful sell setup. In this case, now you're holding above the previous Sunday open. It might be a buy setup. If you break below, it might be a sell. So it's pretty straightforward. It has to align though, with multiple occasions here. Overall, if you look at the 4 hour, keep in mind that yeah, we're holding tight. We're holding tight above it for now. Yeah. Where they check the news, yeah, investing.com or Forex Factory. Yeah. News is negative, so gold should go up. It's actually positive, by the way, for the dollar. Just so you know. Yeah. Manda says I bought a funded account only for the stream. And when I finish it, I will post it on Discord. Nice. That sounds nice. That sounds good. Dollar is dropping. It's yeah, it's consolidating. It's consolidating. It's consolidating. Ranging. It's ranging a little bit. It is ranging a little bit, yeah? So, yeah. In my opinion, the 4 hour is going to be, yeah, super important. Especially around now. Because you're holding above that zone. Super, super important. Yeah, you want to see that candle closure. Yeah, at some point we're gonna give an event. We're gonna give a live event. Haha. A live event, fam. We were thinking about Singapore because Singapore is around like 3 hours from Bali. 2.5 hours, 3 hours from Bali. Something like that. It's a nice city. Very nice city. Or state or whatever. Very nice. Lorenzo, I want to fight for money. Do you accept? If you win, I'll pay $3,000. Which weight? $109 kilos. Okay. You need to lose some weight, man. You need to lose some weight. Yeah. So, yeah, man. 10 win streak for now. Yeah, positive R, which is pretty wild. At some point, we're gonna get a big fat loss. Knock it off, though. Knock it off. But yeah, like I said, and I say it many times over, but you know, it's like 6 more trades, I guess, for our risk, to increase our risk. It's gonna be important. At least for me, it's gonna be important. Because, yeah, make some money, right? Finally, let's do it. But data-driven, leading by example. Leading by example. I always say never do it for the money when you start out. Never ever start focusing on the money. Be obsessed with money whatsoever. Focus on the information and everything that you're learning and everything that you write down. Because it doesn't matter if you risk $1 or if you risk $10,000 per trade. The exact trades should be the same. Right? The management should be the same. Everything around the same, the trades should be the same. So you can try to risk as much as you can and blow your account and be a gambler, or you know, risk $10,000 per trade, you know, with a $100,000 account if you have that, with no experience, right? Most likely you're gonna lose your money, or you start out with as minimum as possible. Train yourself to enjoy the process. And then start scaling. Yeah, I like it. I like it. 50 minutes. Yeah, it's important now that we are pushing back. We have, yeah, a range as well now. You see the lower time frame, very low. Lower time frame extreme, very low. My bad. Very weak bottom wick though. If you look here, Not impressive. The 50-minute has also not tapped into it. So what if we get a tap into this zone now on the 15-minute? Then we have our entry model 2 setup. This is one of our first entry model 2s then. On stream, if that's the case. If that's the case, and we're gonna tap into it one more time. And the third candle is the break candle. Then we have the 4-hour closure behind us, which is fantastic. We hopefully set in the bottom wick, which is then fantastic. And then we break the third candle, or the third candle should be the break of the second candle. And then, yeah, then we have an entry model 2 from a swing level, a lower time frame swing level. The first touch is fantastic. You can see it now. The lower time frame swing value area low, right? We drew it from the low to the high. So from the low to the high. Tapping into it. We have the Sunday open as well. Or the previous Sunday open, like we talked about. It's kind of like this range, this zone. Small tunnel. You want to tap into it and you want to make sure that the next candle then breaks the wick. But you need to have at least, in this case, 2 wicks tapping into that level. And closing above it. So yeah, that's entry model 2. Indeed, this case. It's one of our rare setups, right? On stream at least. That's right here. Okay. That's on page 51. Aggressive entry is from the POC. It's a limit. An expansion out of the break is an entry model 1 in a swing, in an internal structure. So it's kind of entry model 1 in. This is, for example, on the higher time frame, the key level, the previous Sunday open. You break above it. You then utilize the swing. So you take the low to the high. You have the very low right there. You tap into that very low level once. That's a good sign. You want to tap into it twice. And the third one should then be the breaker. That gives you that double wick confirmation here. If we manage to break above, right, the highs, we have to take it to the higher time frame. So that means lower risk to reward potential setup. This is a higher risk to reward setup. Lower win rate, higher risk to reward setup. Tim the man, Trader Tim, Terminator Tim, our crypto mentor in the chat. Shout out to Tim, killing it. Anyways, what do you expect before you moved to Bali? I'm talking about the people, the environment, and after you moved there for years. Yeah, so when I came to Bali first, it was more about the digital nomad lifestyle, you know, like I have a remote job and I'm gonna work in Bali because I can work there, and I'm gonna live for as cheap as possible. At least I'm in a nice environment, and that's a very good reason to go to Bali. Number one. But years later now, you know, you start really getting familiar with, you know, the deeper layers, the people, the expats, that people that actually live here, that have built a bit. All these things come later, and which is way more enjoyable. Way more enjoyable. So yeah. Now it's fun. Now it's getting fun. I could live here the whole year, no problem. I could not live a whole year in Dubai, even though Dubai is also very nice. I could live in Dubai for a couple months per year. That would be very nice. Okay, second candle. Second candle. 4-hour closure is coming along in 9 minutes. Yeah, 9 minutes. Lower time frame. This case. Let's see if the LTA swing holds. The point of control is eventually, sorry, the PSO is what matters. The previous Sunday open is what matters. But yeah, so far. Let's see where we close this after 7 minutes. Because if you close, let's say, indecisive, you break the high. Yeah, obviously this is a long setup right away. Entry. 4-hour closed. Entry. Look at what's happening here. You see that? Price was moving aggressively down. Buyers are stepping in. Very interesting. So that 4-hour closure is a... If you close like this, fantastic. Close like this, the ideal case scenario. Ideal case scenario. The LTF swing, value area low. Yeah, that's an entry model too, fam. Potentially. If, of course, you close above it. And if you don't moon. So the timing has to be aligned here. The microphone. Oh, wait. Let me know if it's better. It should be good. It should be good. Yeah, if we get entry model 2, the stop loss can be below the Sunday open. It can also be, be below the wicks. If you want to play it safe, it can be below here. It's up to you how you want to manage it here. Yeah. So you need to break the highs, and you need to close above the previous Sunday open. So yeah, we have 5 minutes left. If you close below it, it's a 4-hour candle closure below it. That's an invalidation for buys. So it's an important moment. Yeah. Guys, what do you think is better? Place to live if you're young and 20 years old, Dubai or Bali? 20? I would be at home. If I have the chance to live at home, I would live at home as long as possible. If I would think about it now, I would do that. Yeah, grind. The risk-free grinding. Nothing like it. I like it though. I like how we're holding. Bali's cheap. That's what they all say. Until they get here. They're like, oh shit. I didn't expect that. Mama. Can I please have an extra... Three minutes for closure. Did you ever consider to move to Cyprus? I don't know Cyprus that well. I heard some good things about it. I heard some good things about it, yeah. But yeah, anyways. Beautiful, man. I hope you don't go up too quickly. Otherwise it will be a 4-hour entry model 1. This is good, this is fine. Take it like that, it's fine. Create a bottom wick though. A lower time frame, swing very high, yeah? Lower time frame, swing very low, sorry. We haven't seen that often on stream. 2 minutes left, so hey, that's nice. That's nice. That's very nice. That is potentially not bad at all. Let's see where we break it. Very high. It's at 2383, huh? It's a nice R. Aggressive entry, stop loss below. Keep in mind there is an imbalance below. Stop loss below that is a safer, is a conservative stop. You target the PoC very high. You have one TP point around the highs, around there, 2370. To trigger stop loss. You know, take TP1, trigger stop loss. We've done it yesterday. We've done that yesterday, right? We took take profit 1. Stop loss was trailed. And it was a risky trade below a structure. Instead of going break even right away. All right, 4-hour closure done. Set in a nice bottom wick here. Bottom wick. Bottom wick. You want to flip bearish? You want to set in a bottom wick, yeah? I like it. Okay, my buy stop is going to be set at 2364.5. My stop is going to be below the lows here. And my TP is going to be, of course, at the PoC very high, which is at, 83, something like that. But in the meantime, we manage it, right? So we have a couple of levels in between. Trailer stop and stuff. You know, in case the price moves up, but it's not following through or something like that. All right. So that is an entry model 2 scenario. Because you're looking at an internal swing level. It is the lower time frame swing very, very low. Kind of cool because we have never... I think, what was the last time we done it? We've done it Wait, we have never done it before? Not on stream. I can't remember. Okay, maybe off stream. Okay. Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, fam. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. 2264.5. Okay, that's interesting. A debut. On stream at least. Off stream for sure not. But yeah, okay. Something like that, and then this is of course the target. The end target. That 4-hour trend is fantastic, by the way. Keep in mind that 4-hour trend is a key level, is a key. Yeah, you could say confluence, but most importantly, it's just the understanding of trend. And you know, breaking this structure was, is in my opinion, a key, is a big game changer. So breaking below the previous weekly PoC is in my opinion always extremely bearish. In this case, nothing something to really, you know, worry about. If that makes sense. We're holding out the previous Sunday open. Is gold going down more? Or will it go up against? We'll see. I have no predictions here. I don't play predictions here too much. I work with volume, key levels, entry models, and correlations. Look at the dollar losing strength, losing momentum. That's good for gold. All right? Let's get in. There we go, we're in. Entry model 2, ladies and gentlemen. Our first official entry model 2 on stream. Let's hope this one is a good start. Like, let's give this one like a nice, you know, give it some confidence. Give it some confidence. Entry model 2 on the lower time frame swing value area low. The PoC is a level that you have to look at always, but yeah, we'll talk about this in a sec. Is our win streak gonna be alive? Still, that's the question. That's the true question today. We have the 4-hour closure behind us. The next news is in around 40 minutes. So we have hopefully enough time to manage our trade. Okay? Very important. Very, very, very important. So you get why it's better than a 4-hour entry model 1. Because our risk to reward would have been lower. Even lower. You know what I mean? You don't want that. We don't want that. No. No, we don't want that. Okay, PoC. There we go. From the swing. So this is where I recommend to take some profits out. And we're gonna trail it again. And then hopefully we get a runner, fam. It's that simple. Do you get it? That's how we trail it. We take out some profits. We trail our stop. We trail our stop, right? Towards the lows. All right, and we break even on our setup. That's the game. And now you want to see a runner, and now it's up to the gods here. All right, so you're practically you're in a break-even position. Okay. You want to stay above the wick. You don't want to flip bearish. That's why we put it below the wick. Because there is no need to flip bearish. The only thing that you're looking for is a continuation push. And that's it. And if that push comes, it's game over. It's game over. So you go directly to a break-even position, and it can only get better from there with follow-through. The follow-through is what we're trading, what we're waiting for, right? That's what you need. And then that follow-through becomes super nice. And if it doesn't happen, if you get stopped out on break-even, then you go and look for new entry models. You look for a new potential reaction on the same level, maybe on a different time frame. It could be on the 30-minute, right? That the 30-minute candle closes, we break the 30-minute high, we go in again. It's that simple. But you need that follow through, and you don't want this candle to flip bearish when you're in position. So manage your trade. Yesterday, a couple guys didn't manage the trade. Yeah, then you get into problems, into trouble, because yeah, you know how it goes, right? And if you get that follow through, it's game over. In a good way. Stop loss drilled. Break even position. And if you hold above here, right? Let's say we get into our break even and we don't see constant follow through here. That means that the 30-minute setup is still there. Because now you have a double wick confirmation on the 30-minute. You then have to break the highs for a new entry. And then your stop loss doesn't go here, but it goes here. So then you break the highs. Your stop loss goes there. Entry model 1. No longer entry model 2, entry model 1 on the 30-minute time frame with the third candle. So you can increase in the time frame and look for a new setup. If you don't understand what we're doing here, make sure you download the ebook. It's important. Otherwise, I just don't want you to trade with us because it's too confusing. You need to have a little bit of an introduction in order to get, to trade with us right here. That's it. That's the way to do it. So where is that follow through, fam? There is that follow through. Let's go. Give us that follow through. Let's break out. And now let's go to Fugazi land somewhere up. That's it. And then the real TPs start to come into play, right? The real take profits and all that stuff. You need to break above the PSC, so do take that in consideration. You're gonna find some resistance here. No surprise. However, do take in consideration as well. Liquidity buff. Liquidity buff. We're building something. We're building something. And you don't want to enter just on the 4 hour. In this case, it was too long. If you break out of this, boom. To the moon. To the moon. So you're now 30 pips. If you're happy with it, take it. Like, I'm not here to judge you with how you take profits and how you manage your trade. For some people, it's worth it. Some people had an aggressive stop below. Worth it. I just see the bigger picture of a break because it's the 4 hour closure. It's a 4 hour closure. And there is a decent volume. Decent volume in the market. Go on lower time frame. Let's keep a close eye on it on lower time frame. Yeah, looks breaking the high. Almost there. We're now at resistance. Almost there. Yeah. Dollar is tanking. Dollar is absolutely tanking. Okay. Now I could say you can put your stop on break even. So now it's a winning trade. It's gonna be a small win if you get hit, but it's a winning trade. Okay. Our next TP would be when you take out and manipulate the highs. If you don't, I want to manipulate the highs. I want to at least take out some stop losses right there or something like that. You know. If you say this is a TP1 for me, or this is enough for me, and this is my risk to reward, it's a 1-to-1 because I put my stop there, then this is a beautiful 1-to-1 setup for you. Beautiful trade setup for you. But it's a W for sure. Trade management is so king, fam. So king. Okay. Okay, brought back. Give me 1 second. We're risk-free. Winning trade. Give it some time. And the 30-minute next entry model could still be there. In case. Just saying. I'm back soon. Okay, PoC is holding. What we're gonna do, we're gonna close our remaining position. We make 500 bucks. And I have an idea. We closed our position. All right, we took our profit at the same level twice. So it's around 25 pips, something like that. 25 pips. Okay, we closed it. PoC is holding. Now the next step is this. If the 30-minute closes and we break above it, entry model 1 on the 30-minute, stop loss below, target the previous weekly very high as our second trade. Okay, I'll take the 500. Easy money. Take it. I'll take it for now. 2366. 2366.45. 366. I need to confirm it. W the chat, fam. Let's go. That's a W. Now we can have some W's here. Entry model 2. And of course, like, it's, you know, it's a beautiful Thursday. We have our LTA playlist, of course. Get yours as well here. All right, listen to the LTA playlist. It gives you a higher win rate. All right, listening to this gives you a higher win rate. All right. Nice, fam. Let's see if you can close this 30-minute candle and then enter model 1 for a second trade opportunity. All right. We'll take that. We'll take that. Potential second trade. There we go. Entry model 2. Almost there, fam. Almost at 50 trades. Almost risking, doubling our risk. Let's see if we can get entry model 1 on the 30-minute. Fantastic, fam. Let's get back to work. All right, a little bit of a song in the middle of our session, always after a little win. Nice. We take these 25 pips, right? In this case, it's pretty small, but we take it. Why? Because you have this internal lower time frame swing value area, swing PoC holding as resistance. And I think the news is coming. So it's kind of like you really want to break above it. All right, if we break above it and we get into this high, I'm not worried much because I just feel that we're gonna see stop losses being built up here. We already came at it once. More stop losses are getting built there. We're creating a W formation there. You break out. I mean, this looks super clean to take out potentially. So I'm not worried about that one. It's just, what if you come down and you start coming up again and you break it? It's better to take our win out and to wait for that break and go in again. In my opinion. that's I think a little bit of a better play potentially. Right? You guys are ready? Did you guys manage to trade accordingly? Are you guys with us here on a day-to-day basis? If so, press a yes in the chat. Are you guys winning with us? If so, press a yes in the chat. Okay, let's do it. Professional, man. You guys are professional. You guys are following the rules. You guys are hopefully tracking your spreadsheet. If you want it, you can get it. Right? You click on the link in the description, you click on file. You click on make a copy and you have one for yourself. And you utilize it. Keep it simple. Don't overdo your spreadsheets. Don't make it look nice. It's simple. Keep it simple. That's all that matters. All right. At the end of the month, we calculate our average R. We calculate our average pip value, our average return, everything. Jeez, nice. Congrats. Now we have to wait for the closure. And yeah, that's it. Can I use the volume profile from the start of the day of the time I look at the chart for the first time during the day and use those levels? Yeah. So you read the ebook and you will get it. Because you have the previous day, you have the previous week, you have the current week, you have the early previous day, week. You name it. You need to understand these terminologies. For sure. You need to understand these terminologies. 100%. So I hope we don't go too far up now before the closure. Of course. But hey, win is a win, man. A win is a win. Sometimes we take it. You have to understand that the lower time frame swing PoC, we have news coming. Right? Very important. In 20 minutes, we have news coming. So we had an opportunity now to take out, 0.5%. Very simple. In a matter of minutes. Before the news. I'll take that anytime. Any time of the day here. That's it. Yeah, not a break even. $11 win streak. Entry Model 2, fam. Our first entry Model 2. W for you guys. I was waiting for that moment. Yeah, I was waiting for that. There we go. Page 51. All right. Medium lower time frame. Internal swing confirmation. Oh, thank you. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, news. New York Stock Exchange open, news. So much is coming. So that's why we took that W. Okay. Now we would have been stopped out on a very small trade if we kept our trade open, or maybe even break even if we didn't take our win now. So sometimes people are going to say, bro, if you let your trade open, then you would have made this, or you would have made that. But now you see an example where if we didn't close our position, we would have break even. So you get that over time, the data will speak for itself. And I trust the data. Because trust me, you're going to be wrong more times often than not when being greedy. You're going to be more, you're going to be worse after a significant amount of trades when you're constantly too greedy. So in this case, it's an extra win because, now you understand why. It's easy to say after, oh man, if you just held your position open and you would have made this and that. When you close it in profit earlier. But when it goes the other way, it's like, oh yeah, well done. Good choice, good choice. Yeah, I know. Bro, let's trade the news. No, not this time. We trade the CPI. We trade the NFP. We trade the FOMC sometimes. What else? GDP. GDP. Maybe the GDP. Right? Yeah. Already at 1.2k likes. We just got started, fam. We're in it for an hour. 1.2k likes in an hour. You guys are absolutely unbelievable. 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 Dollar is still weak though, right? It's nothing too fancy whatsoever. Dude, I did get triggered for the second trade. The thing is, you wait for the 30-minute closure, of course, right? That's your entry model 1. So the entry model is double wick confirmation. The third candle breaks the wick of the second candle. That's entry model 1. Impressive still how good we're holding here though. Impressive stuff. But yeah, no. Now we have news. Now we have the New York Stock. Now you have to wait a little bit. If we would have been here and we would have broken the high here, we would have already looked very strong, right? The 15-minute was bullish, closed, and we started to create a small bottom wick, and we broke the highs here. 30-minute immediate entry to the upside continuation. In this case right now, we have news. In 50 minutes and in 30 minutes, the New York Stock Exchange, we have a lot of different things happening at the same time. And you calm down. So now it's just time to sit it out after everything is done. And then we have our new setups here. Okay? So we wait for the right moment to, potential new entries and so on and so on. But it has to do with the news that's coming. Hey Lorenzo, how do you decide when to trade news or not? With LTA, you can crush news. Take this with a grain of salt, okay? I'm not joking. It's important to mention that you work with key levels. The only thing that I cannot do is trade when gold is in an all-time high. So I cannot trade the CPI, the NFP and all that stuff when gold is in an all-time high. Maybe a buy limit way below. Price pulls back and then pushes up, but most of the time it's not going to work out. So if gold is down, I can work with really good, you know, I can work with decent levels. I really can. Hey, Lorenzo, check the tag in your Discord. You're going to be proud. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Please no porn. Please don't show porn. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Amazing. Used 100. Okay, nice. Yeah, you guys are killing it. Amazing. Amazing. The LTA army. Let's check what they're doing real quick. Oh, they're chilling here. They're chilling here. Beautiful, Pam. Keep it up. Yeah, I can take this trade now with the news coming. Okay, in 10 minutes. So do take that in consideration, all right? Let's get this behind us. It's gonna be the hourly. Which is in like 24 minutes. If that's our entry, that's going to be our entry. It's going to be my entry. Let's put it this way. Okay. Yeah, 8 minutes for the PMI. And then we have the new home sales in 23 minutes. The dollar is now, yeah, it's not looking good. Dollar is not looking strong. That's for sure. Nasdaq is in the PoC, in the swing PoC, similar to what gold did just now when we took our trade. Yeah, the fam is winning hard. The fam is absolutely winning hard right now. Yeah, not just on gold also, like a very Nasdaq also was like crazy this week. Nasdaq, a couple of Forex pairs were insane. GJ was good. Very nice. It depends. Every week is different. But gold is pretty consistent so far. Very consistent. As long as there is volume, we're good. We're cool. Unless we, you know, we're like for example, we had like a couple days ago, right? On a Tuesday. Yeah. Monday. Like, you know, these type of days are usually a little bit annoying. You have to take this to the lower time frame. You then have to start looking at the fixed. This is an alternative. This is the scalping variant of LTA concepts. It's the It's the lower time frame fixed ranges. Yeah, there we go. The strong rejection here. That's why. Anyone who's following us today here, like, good job, fam. Because there are reasons why we don't take it. And the reason is news. I love news. Uncertainty. I think the hourly closure is gonna help us a lot. If the hourly does it, it's an entry model 3 in 1 hour. And you see how it works? You start on the 15-minute. We get our entry model there. We had our beautiful double wick confirmation here. So 1, 2, 3, entry, trade, boom, done. Break, done, right? We took out our profits around there. Done, easy. Then the 30-minute comes. Did the 30-minute, the third candle, did it broke the highs of the second one? Did we broke the highs of the second one? No. Exactly, so no entry model. Now we have news coming. In 6 minutes, we have news coming in 20 minutes. That aligns really well with the hourly closure. So the hourly then closes, double wick confirmation on the hourly. Maybe it's the hourly. So you go from the 15 to the 30 to the hour. You start to go up. Depending on what time frame you work with. It can go up all the way to the 4 hour. If you have that time and that patience. That's how we trade the fractiles. But the most important thing is that after the 4 hour closure, you get that opportunity. Because it's the 4 hour candle development that we're utilizing. It's the 4 hour formation that we take an advantage of. Because we knew that when we took our trade on the 15-minute, the 4 hour has just closed. The 4 hour had just set in a bottom wick. That's where the magic happens. That gives you that opportunity from the 15 to the 30 to the 1 hour. That's why I like to work with 4 hour closures. Can be London, can be New York. High session volume. Doesn't really matter to me. It has to just be around it because it gives you a 3 hour window of trade setups. So people tend to trade outside of it and they get stopped out and they say, yeah, but like inconsistency of volume. If you start stagnating around your entry for a long period of time, just get out. Don't get emotionally attached to your setup when there is just no follow through. Nice. I need to translate the LTA book. 10 megabytes are too much for Google Translator. It's a lot of it's a lot of text. Yeah, so we're thinking about German, Spanish. German and Spanish. We're thinking about multiple languages, yeah. Not just Google Translate. No, it has to be better. It has to be better than that. We'll probably hire someone. Even AI, even ChatGPT is not correct. No, we've tried it. It's not good enough. Yet, yet. Maybe in the future. Yeah. Okay, first news, fam. First news is coming. Or sorry, the second news is coming here. The PMI. Damn. Okay, wow. Let's see where this takes us. Says USD strong, sir. No. Moi. Not yet. Not really. At least for now. I'm not that impressed with the dollar yet, but the news is coming right now. So we'll see. 5 seconds. Then one more event, then the hourly closure, and then we can get back to work. Bullish for the dollar. Now it's better. Now it's better. Immediate rejection though. Immediate rejection. Not impressive. Yeah. Man. Good job today, guys. I'm very proud of you guys. Management, taking out your profits here in this case. News. Telling you, man. News is important to avoid when you can. And to not be too greedy around it. We got our win. Price reverses, taking out the lows. 30-minute never broke the highs, number one. The hourly candle is not closed yet though, so it's still a possibility, but we're gonna find out, because this is it's pretty good for the dollar overall here, but we'll see. So when people say, Lorenzo, you should have held this position right after our Friday stream, when I took a big trade and I had like a big win as well, I found it a decent win. But it went down more, sorry, it went up much more than that I closed it at, right? And then I'm like, yeah, okay. There are just a couple rules. News. Be tighter with your risk, with your trade management. Like, I'm not talking about scared trading, right? Putting your stop loss and break even right away. I'm not talking about that. You need to give it some time to breathe, but I'm more talking about when you just see that there is no follow through, just get out and take your money. Because it's so easy to say, yeah, but yeah, you know, you could have made this or you could have made that. But what about, you know, the other ways? Taking profits where you actually were right in this case, like right now. So, you know, write it down and just see over time how many times I'm going to be right and how many times I'm going to be wrong. When I close my position earlier in profit. And calculate that. There's no need to be greedy. Get your money out whenever you can with news, especially news. Dollar pumping, dollar is pushing up. Yeah, practically all the news here did it. The PMI did it today for sure. The initial jobless claims, not really. The PMI is what doing it. We still have more news to come. In around 12 minutes now. Look at the dollar itself. The hourly looks very good now. And yeah, what we're doing is we're holding above this trend. So initially we tapped into it, we came down, and now we're holding above it. So yeah, we have 11 minutes for the hourly. I mean, anything is possible. But if it closes below, then you bet this will turn into resistance. The PSO especially. This level right here. And we look at a lower time frame and see what's up from there. We just hit the PSC. Look at me talking trading language. What does it mean? The point of control. The area where the most volume has been traded. On your specific range, day, week, whatever, swing. Okay, Wu was not greedy here. Wu took out his or her money on stream with us today. If so, press a yes. I want to see if guys are actually, you know, committed, truly following the rules. Damn. Fantastic. Fantastic. I think this is going to be an invalidation for entry model 1. Fantastic, fan. This is what I want to see. You know? Just write down how many times we're right and how many times we're going to be wrong on stream. And give me the data. I'm writing it down too. It's important. It's an important metric. How many times we closed it too early in profits and how many times was it good that we closed earlier. But the rules are the same. Either news is coming or the particular candle that opens up on the 30-minute or higher time frame opens up without a bottom or top wick when you're already in profit. Yeah. Yeah, next level is at 23.43. If we start coming down and continuing down here, that's the bigger move. However, at the same time, you have to understand that the break and that, you know, we were holding above this trend for a very long period of time. You see that? And again, for the next version of our ebook, it happens again, okay? Do you guys see it? This is going to be our next entry model. We can talk about it a little bit. It's similar to what happens here. Break below it, you reclaim it and you break down, or you hold above it. You get an indecisive candle, sorry, a reversed candle, right? A falling star, whatever, how do you call it? You manipulate the highs and you break the wick. That's a second potential setup, but this is going to come with our next edition. And this is what we're going to start trading as well later on. So we're going to get more entry models involved later on as well. So now we work with 3 entry models. We're going to work with 5 entry models. Maybe 6. The 6th one is still in progress because I'm testing. Test. I think we're good. Yeah. Now I said the other entry models are quite straightforward. So these are gonna work out really well. Really well. It's the break. It's kind of flipping. It's kind of a breakout entry model. You could see it this way. But we'll talk about it once we are ready for it. Let's double our risk first. Let's work with our current entry models right now. And let's start integrating the second ones later. Nas also broke below. So now now it gets interesting. So now what you have is this. Let's see if we can open it up. We have 3 days of trading now, right? Yeah, same. Watch this level. $18,727 for the Nasdaq on spot or CFD. 18,727. Let's set an alert there. That's set in stone. It's a Thursday, right? Potential reversal day. As much as possible to the Sunday open. Let's see. So we are aware of that. It is Thursday. It is Thursday. But we're going to find out. For gold, we're going to see where this Audi candle closes. Yeah. What about the previous daily value high on the Nasdaq? Yeah, so I'm looking at the current right now. The previous daily value high is probably around the same. It's a little bit higher. I'll pay attention to it, but yeah, we have more news coming in 4 minutes. So let's see. Nice. It's that same song. Can't stop listening to it, fam. And your yield breaking out. Not good for gold. Next level is the PSO, 2360 or 2343. 2360 would be the best. Nice. So the news is coming 3 minutes for the hourly closure as well. The PSO is next, fam. We might, you know, the lower time frame swing value low is finished. It's done. It's no longer relevant for us because we broke that swing. So it's no longer relevant. The previous Sunday open is what matters. Still getting bought up quite aggressively though. But that yield is gonna be super important. The hourly closure above there for the yield, it's very strong. It's very strong. Lorenzo, bro, just passed my second stage on one of my prop firms. One more to go. Nice. Really good. Lorenzo, how can you have this high of a win rate with this RR? Man, bro, volume. LTA. 40 seconds for the hourly closure. Previous on the open is important. Very important. Have you ever used the 45-minute time frame? No. No, because I like to work with 4 hour a lot. But it could be. I need to test it. I have no answer for you right now. But I have not. I have not. No. 15, 31, 2, 4. Okay. So the hourly candle closed obviously below. Below the previous Sunday open. The 2 hours still, you know it. You're in a danger zone here, right? We're still looking very good. Obviously, when you break this high, if you start breaking this high, it's still very bullish. It's still very strong. The only problem I have with this is there is no way I'm gonna put my stop loss here. That just doesn't make sense. Because it's a 4 hour, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Then I put my stop loss there. It's way too big, way too big. So it's gonna be a lower time frame break, but I doubt it. I think we're still looking bearish. I think the 10-year yield closure is very bullish. I don't think it's good for gold at all. Lorenzo, you mentioned that 2343 was the possible next level. It seems like this is the construction area in the 4 hour time frame. It seems my strategy is aligning with yours. Beautiful, man. Yeah, sometimes we're gonna have the same levels. I'm sure about that. I agree. Yeah, so the 15, if the 15 closes, and the third candle takes out the 15 minute and it flips it, then we target the wick fill. And that will be like something like this. You know, something like that. Maybe the POC even. But it really depends on where we close this 50-minute candle. Good start. That's a good start. Let's see if there's an if you can get a reversed entry model 1 here. Going for the wick fill here. 15 minute. If it doesn't go already, of course. Yeah. Dollar is strong. You see that? 1 hour is pushing up. Very weak top wick. We're starting to build here. I think it's just a matter of time before we potentially break out. And the 10-year yield, that closure, of course, is important. Critical closure above. I still believe that you can make that move down and flip it into support or something like that. Yeah, very, very nice. Let's look at the current week for the dollar as well. Just to see what's happening here. Who sees it? Let me know in the chat. Who sees it? How do we call this? On the dollar. Let me know, chat. How do we call this? Not EM1. No. Well, yeah, actually, yes, if you look at it this way. Now, how do we call this level, fam? There we go. Manas, you were first. I was waiting for you, man. The current weekly POC. Okay? Current weekly POC. Right there. Look how accurate. You use this tool. Alright? From the open to the closure of the week. Not the current price. The last daily closure. Minimum 3 trading days. Minimum. So you can only use it on a Thursday and a Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Done. Current weekly POC. That's what I'm talking about. Price pushes up. Another reason for us to exit here. We had a lot of fantastic other conferences already. Extra confirmation. You find this on page early 20 something. Page number 27. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday point of control. Right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday point of control. Peanuts. Let's go with the bit chill, man. There we go. Yeah, so what's next? 15-30 minute closure. The retest of the previous Sunday open now, flipping into resistance. And I think then breaking the wick of the second candle. And then our entry or stop above the highs, and you target the previous weekly POC number 1 first. It's getting into negative territory, so do that in consideration. Negative RR territory. Princess, hello Lorenzo, I'm a bit confused on Bitcoin or crypto in general. How to apply and draw the weekly daily volume profile. Yeah, we're still optimizing it for crypto. We're still working with Tim on it. He will update you guys soon about crypto as well. Work in progress. How long did it take you to have the LTA? How long did it take you to have the confidence to put LTA book together? Well, it took, you know, the book itself was created in a week. But obviously, this was not a week of research. This was, you know, you could say, ever since I worked with the volume profile, started to dive into it, so like 18 months of prep, 18 months of prepping before the release of LTA. Before it was really structured, finalized, the strategy was correct, the entry models were you know, were just great, fantastic. Like all that stuff and everything comes together, and that took a long time. And it's paying off right now. It's paying off. I was streaming, you know, testing out a couple other strategies on stream. I couldn't start with LTA yet because I was not there yet with the finalization of the product, of the concept. So yeah, ever since we started it, it's definitely a whole new world opened for all of us. So trust the process. Give me your journals in the chat or in the description. Yeah. So let's say price keeps going down. The previous weekly PoC is of course next. What I don't want to see is that price breaks the wick and it comes back and it closes up. I would not be able to work with that. So are you also a gamer? Not really. I mean, Gavin Dantes is challenging me for a game of FIFA online. On stream. He thinks he can beat me now. We played many games together. He thinks he's there now. But it's practically impossible. I don't need to practice that anymore. It's engraved in my brain now. From like when I was younger. So also for him, by the way. So who knows? But no, not really. Not really. Too much work to do, man. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? So it comes down. It still closes then, you know, their buyers are still willing to defend too. it's still holding up. It's still holding up quite well, actually. So, you know, keep in mind, you still have that trend. And I don't want to just, you know, work with these trend lines too often. But the previous weekly PoC seems like a legitimate level to get towards too. But at the same time, if you start, you know, showing that there is from 2 hourly candles potential demand here, yeah, same as on the 15-minute. It's better to let price run and then look for a next opportunity when it went, instead of trying to catch every single move. I think it's better to wait for a really nice clean move and then anticipate on that move. Sir, every time news dollar strong, gold drops, and dollar drops, gold strong. Yes and no. It depends. There is like a negative correlation to the dollar and between gold, and between the yield and between gold. You can see it right now. Yield is strong, gold is weak. Sometimes gold's doing its own thing, right? If, let's say, you have geopolitical situations to worry about, gold's gonna do no matter what. It's gonna just run. It's gonna do its own thing. It will ignore anything else. So we need to be aware of the sentiment. Otherwise, yeah, I do like the correlation, the negative correlation, the inverted correlation with the dollar and gold. What does the dollar look like now? Looking good. Looking okay. Looking good. Looking nice. We're almost at 80, fam. We're almost at 80,000. I think we broke our record yesterday. Yeah, somebody talked about the Nasdaq indeed. Somebody said previous daily value high. Indeed, you see reaction from it. It's not a good confirmation yet, though. This is such an important level, fam. You have no idea. The previous weekly PoC. It's the gatekeeper. Okay. The previous weekly PoC at 2343 is the gatekeeper of the structure. Super important for the rest of the week. Heading towards the weekly closure. To know if you close above it or below it. 2343 is an absolute game changer. So, yeah, it's gonna be a very important level. It's the inner wall, it's the portal, right? We talked about it. If you go here, I'm still here, don't worry. Very low, very high. Point of control. That's the city. The portal to the city. That's the previous wiki POC right there. Paul says, yesterday night during Asian session, somebody replied to me, what is the Sunday open? Later he loses trade, then I reply, it was the Sunday open. Aha. All right. Okay. And next entry models were here. Yesterday we tried it as well. Okay, yesterday we tried it. You can say, yeah, we're bearish, but yeah, you're right. We are currently, coming down, we're bearish. But the reactions are still trades. The reactions are still setups. I mean, from the low to the high here, it's 100 pips. Now we tried to make a move. We could have also taken out our profits here. Yesterday, I did thought that we would potentially continue up, to fill up the imbalance. So I was not really. I was a little bit more aggressive, right? That's the reason why I broke even on my position yesterday. Yet the response was there. I do expect something similar, especially because the POC, and it aligns very well with a with a bigger swing, a bigger swing low, you could say, right? We came down and we had that consolidation and we expanded super aggressively, and it's kind of the lows that we're testing, which is also it's just a very important level. That's all I can say. Very important level. Once our new entry models are released, then we're gonna work a lot more with breakouts as well. Similar to what you see here. Something similar to what you see here, right? On the 4 hour. Something similar. Because you flip the highs. You flip the highs and you break the lows. And you break below the key level. So that's a whole other layer. We would have made similar money though, because of the fact that we took our trade on the 15 minute. But if we would have taken today our entry model 1 on the 4 hour, we would have been stopped out. That's why the entry model 2 on the 15 minute saved us. And that requires some practice. To know which one to take at which certain moments in time and which one to avoid. Naman says, man, tomorrow is my exam. And I didn't even start studying. Yeah, I've been there. I know what you feel. You will get there. Yeah. I need the Excel sheet's description. In the description. Yes, sir. What else? What do we have? No, I think the gold needs to just do its thing now. It needs to just show us some direction. Maybe one more lower low. That would be nice, right? One more low, One more lower high, lower low on the 1 minute time frame. Lorenzo, I tried to draw the previous weekly PoC, but it don't give me the same level as yours. So you go to the hourly time frame. You look at the blue lines. You draw it from the beginning to the end of the blue line. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know exactly what happened with this indicator. The free indicator. Okay. Get it right now. It's in the Discord. Super easy. You click on it. Click on the link LTA indicator. Then click on this link. Then add it to your favorite indicators. And get it sorted. And then you have it. Similar as the higher time frame. Right there. Very nice. Very clean. And then use the volume profile. And click on the Friday to Friday. Right? The Sunday to Sunday, I could better say. And use the, in my opinion, O1 chart. I think the O1 chart is extremely reliable. Most of the testing has been done on FXCM and on O1, just so you know. So that's important. I'm in the Discord, but the indicators aren't there. Then you go to browse channels, channels and rules. You click on browse channels and you type it in. LTA indicator. That's what you're looking for. Then you can select it, and if you don't want it, you can delete it. Whatever you prefer. So I hope we get down, and I hope we get down to the 23.43. But I'm still holding my buy from 23.90. Ooh. I can stand until 23.20. It's a tough one. I mean, you're already in a tough spot. You know you should cut out your losses for sure. You've stop losses for a reason, right? You've stop losses for a reason. But, you know, in this case, yeah, PoC PoC is there. You know, I have to say the dollar is looking good. The yield is looking good. So be careful. Tough. You know, 23.43 PoC, maybe bounce, pushing up. Close your position around there, into that range. Yeah, it's just, yeah, you're now at a potential level of support. So yeah, closing at support, you know, if you start closing below this, I would close it. Yeah, I would really close it. That's my, you know, if you can handle it. But yeah, that'll be a lesson, a good lesson. Then it will be fine next time. This might drive down to 23.35. Yeah, the previous weekly very low is there, 22.35 indeed. It's still a level that you can take consideration, but I think the PoC is definitely first. It's definitely an important layer. So Let's price do its thing. Let's come down and let's see what we can do on the 50-minute right there. 50-minute time frame. So potential second trade of the stream. Give it a little bit more time, and if not, then not. But yeah, might be. But you want to see that break, that last squeeze. It's already slowing down right now, which is a good sign. What indicator you use for delta candles? Footprint. The footprint. You need to have premium for that. Did you break even on the last trade? No, last trade was a clean win. Because we closed the position in full. So if I understand correctly, gold will keep going down. If I'm a wizard, then maybe. But if price comes down, then I know potentially what to do there. US30 is falling hard. Nasdaq too, right? Nasdaq is holding up. Nasdaq is holding up. Ooh, US30. Yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. What happened? What happened? Ooh, that's heavy. Previous week there, break. We bounced from it, broke below it. Not looking good for the US30 now, huh? That's not good. Alright, so do you have a video where you break down and explain your book? So currently we have we're building out the LTA Concepts lecture series in our VIP. All right, it is looking good. This is where our current VIP members are working with right now. We turn winners into winners. Guys are stepping up. We had some really nice trades today again. So guys are sharing really good setups right now. You can see that people are evolving. And that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to open up, or only open up for a select few. Get them involved, level them up once we open again, because we're closed now. We have an army of guys already, you know, prepared for the next wave of potential soldiers. And then after that, I think once we are established, I think we start running on YouTube as well. So we start to you know, get ourselves out there on YouTube besides the live streams. We have a plan. We're in stage 1 still. Stage 1, activated. Almost completed. Stage 2 is coming. All right, we're going there. Big ups, big ups. Previous weekly PoC. We like that. We like that. 2 key levels, 43 and 35. 43 and 35. Do you think putting more entry models is not worse for beginning traders? Exactly. That's why we're doing it step by step, and we let the data do the speaking. But I think 1 or 2 more entry models are gonna be fine in the future. Yeah, very short. Like guys are picking it up quite fast. So very good. So far they're looking good. They're looking strong. So do take that in consideration. Dollar looking strong. Yield looking strong. Let's see how we respond to it. It's going to be interesting. Hourly candle. Is it going to be in the hourly? Is it going to be in a 15-minute? Is it going to be in a 30-minute? We're going to find out. Is it not going to happen at all? Are we just going to tank? We'll see. It's always the nicest part. It's the tap of the level. The first reaction of a zone. And then it goes through it, and then everyone is thinking, oh, it breaks it. It breaks it. It's gonna go. And then it comes up again. Out of nowhere, it's holding up. How many times have you seen this before? Right there. And that's what I mean with news trading. Because if you pick these key levels with news trading and price shoots up and you give it a window of opportunity. So let's say the CPI comes out. It goes up with 100 pips aggressively. It taps into your key level. It already went up 100 pips. It then gets into your key level. You enter a sell limit. You bet price is responding from it. We have seen it so many times before. You respond from it. That's your small window of opportunity for your news trade. And then once every few times, it's gonna reverse. And you tapped and you sniped your entry. And that's what you're very high. You see that? Same thing. The POC right now. Like I'm always thinking about like, okay, yeah. It's not if, it's how. It's not if it's gonna close, it's how. It's gonna, how, you know, which time frame. The mic, yeah, sorry. It should be good. Yeah, so the previous weekly POC here. Entry model potential, yeah, it depends on the second candle. You know it by now. Okay, we're gonna get back to the drawing board. We are in a key level now. Now it's time to go back to our entry models. Whenever our entry model 4 and 5 are coming, we're gonna integrate this. But for now, it's 1, 2, 3. First candle, second candle, third candle entry. 15-minute time frame we start out with. And see from there. Sometimes it comes up, it responds from it. And it still breaks down eventually. And it comes down lower. That can happen. But it's that response that also provides you with a small window of opportunity. But what tends to happen is that orders are here. Buyers are willing to defend the level. Sellers are coming in like a wave. Right? It's kind of like a tsunami. Or a big wave crushing on the shore. Right? Holding against the wall. POC is the wall. Right? Sometimes it's gonna pull back. Sometimes a bigger wave comes over it. But you're gonna slam into something. All right. Now give it some time. Let the entry model develop. Let's see if there's potential. And let's talk about it from there. Same as yesterday, fam. Very similar. Very similar. Keep a close eye on the dollar. It's consolidating. Look, please, Lorenzo, what do I need to do to join the VIP by the month end? Yeah, stick on our, pay attention to the live streams. Yeah, now it's time for the development of the entry model, right? You guys know it. If we see it, we see it. If something in this playbook aligns, then we're gonna see it. Depending on where we close here. Let me get a drink real quick. The beautiful thing is, you can just, once you're tapped into a key level, sit on your hands a little bit, get your cup of tea, get your cup of coffee, get your water, whatever you drink, and sit it out and wait for your mechanical system to do its job and to show you an entry. Closure above completed. That's the first closure on the 50-minute. By the way, let's do some shout outs, man. People are crushing it. Let's see what we have. Road to 200k. Thank you, LTA. GGG. Yeah. Nice, G. Winners. Awesome. LTA concept is real. Nice. Beautiful. Outer dub, nice, G. Yeah, man, amazing. Great. Awesome. What does volume tell you? Well, there are different types of volume, right? You have time volume. That is the amount of contracts executed at a certain time. And you have price volume. The amount of contracts executed at a certain level. Price volume is what we're doing a lot. It's a combination of time volume and price volume. It shows us who's in control here. At what specific level. High volume key level. Look, a high volume node, we call that. Right? A high volume and a low volume node. A high volume node. The previous weekly PoC, that's a high volume node. That's why we're responding from it. That means that there was significant interest at this level before. We're talking about the previous weekly PoC, right? That's the way we have structured it and formulated LTA concepts around the previous weekly. It's a full week of trading, like the previous week to be exact. 2343 was the exact level where the most volume was traded. Price volume was traded the previous week. And when price steps into it, you bet there's interest. Not every reaction gives you an entry. You have to take that in consideration. But that's where you have these entry models. Because entry models are built up around the delta. However, with candle formations and candle confirmations. Because the candle tells the story here. So it does not mean that every level is just a level where you just go and enter from. No, it's a start, it's a beginning. The beautiful thing about this is that it's no more subjective. It's no longer subjective. Maybe, you know, it's gonna go there, or it's gonna go there, or maybe it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that. Yeah, you need an understanding of market structure, of course. Like, you want to understand the foundation, you want to understand the sentiment, you want to understand the correlation. But when it comes down to data, there are no more subjective maybes. It's just, this is where a lot of interest was at this current moment. Can be on the higher time frame, lower time frame. We traded from the swing very low today. That was a first time on stream on the lower time frame. But the conclusion is that you now have concrete data to work with. Concrete data creates clarity. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates patience. Patience creates winners. That's LTA in a nutshell. Something like that, I think. We'll see. You have been saying gold is a buy since this morning, but it keeps selling. Yeah, that's a guy that doesn't get it. That's exactly a guy that just doesn't get what I'm saying. Which is fine. Not everyone will get it. Eight minutes for this next closure. It's going to be the hourly closure as well. If you close below it, it's an invalidation. If you close above it, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Lorenzo, just saw the video where you listened to the guy that asked for a trade and lost it just to prove a point. Love it. Thank you, man. Yeah, sometimes that was necessary. We're not going to do it again. We're not going to do that one again. We can make money we can make money buying in a selling market. That's LTA in a nutshell. We can, you know, the best selling opportunities were during Asia. It was a really nice confirmation trade. And this one right here as well. But once our entry models are integrated in our ebook, then we're going to work with entry model 4, which is going to be this entry model, which is another entry model to work with. So step by step. So what I realized is that people are so obsessed with predicting the outcome. And they're so certain about it. So certain the price is going to go up or price is going to go down. I'm sure it's going to go down. Or I'm sure it's going to continue up. That conviction in the way of speaking. Also. I can see the hack. I can see the glitch in the matrix. I see where price is going to go to. I had that for a very long period of time. Very long period of time. And it never brought me anything good in the long term, in the long run. And then once every time I was right. Yeah, I was right and like a big winner. I was like, you see, I was right. But then the other 80%, I was not right. So I was like, I can keep trying to predict things, right? Where this secret algorithm will take me, or I'm going to utilize concrete data, build a system around it, and make this work for myself and for the people around me. And that's what we have done. The longer I am in this game, the longer, not the shorter, the longer I am in this game, the more I know that I don't know. The more I realized I don't know. So the only thing I can say, let the data do its work. Let the spreadsheet speak for itself. Let the live executions do the work. Let the entry models do the work. The system do the work. And that's it. In this case, you can see now that again, every single time we think we're going to come down here, price comes up again. This is no coincidence. The fact that it's the PoC, it's not a coincidence that it's happening here. If price rolls over and it breaks down, that reaction is not a surprise. Alan says, I'm on deep. Thank you for the support, my friend. You're always with us. I love it. I'm training from the last 2 years. I have patience, but sometimes I took an entry in FOMO and I'm watching your live from last month. Now my entries are much more better. Thank you. Great. Carlos says you suggest to trade London and New York open, but there are models on different times. Doesn't mean that we should take lower risk when it's Asian session. No, Asia is actually very good. Asia is really, really good. Like I've been looking and backtesting Asia, and it's Asia is doing really well. No, it's the 4-hour closures that gives you a window of opportunity for 3 trading hours. And if that aligns with a trading session, like Asia, like London, like New York, then you put it together and you have kind of that synergy that you're synchronized with the fractiles. So it's the session and a 4-hour closure that gives you that 3-hour window of opportunity in that particular session. Because the 4-hour usually, in combination with a session, so a new 4-hour candle open, in combination with a session, is usually where the magic happens because the volume kicks in. Bruna says, I know you don't trade like this, but I've been scalping from your key levels and it's almost always a win. Yeah, it's a good point. It's gonna be something I would like to release soon. A scalping variant, LTA concept scalping strategy. Update says you already got a win. Trade tomorrow. Thank you, bro. But yeah, we did got a win. But yeah, if the confirmation is there, the confirmation is there, and it's still within our 4-hour range, right? We only have 2 hours. We still have 2 hours for the 4-hour to close. So if we get an entry within the next hour, we're still good. We're still good. Yeah, we're still good. Otherwise, look at the Nasdaq, it's tanking. Yeah, man, US30 also. US30 broke below the swing PoC. It came back into it. Look at that. It tapped into it. And it sold off aggressively as well, indeed. The Nasdaq Yeah, I'm not sure how far it's coming down. Is it coming down hard? Okay, it's decent. It's coming. It's actually at this current weekly value area high now. So it's actually at that level that we talked about. At least almost, right? Yeah, almost. Yeah, almost. I will set an alert there, just in case. Okay. The hourly candle is closed, fam. The hourly candle is closed above it. So what do I want to see here? I want to see price coming down a little bit more. And pushing up again. So if we come down and we break the highs, it's one layer. You could say this is an entry model 1 on the 15 minute. But if you get an entry model 1 on a 15 minute with a 1 hour double wick confirmation, so you don't have to close the 1 hour candle, it's significantly better. So if we manage to come down and we flip again, entry model 1, it's gonna be like a quick, yeah, you could say something like this. It's actually kind of like a one-to-one trade here, because you go into these lows here, potentially, that trend here. Something like that. And the PVC is nice, beautiful PVC double wick. Now the 1 hour, imagine if the 1 hour creates that double wick confirmation. So you look like this. Let me set in a fake wick. It looks like this, right? And it starts to push. That's massive. That's massive. If you can see something like that and it starts to break the highs, you bet we're gonna have some fun. So I'm waiting for price to push down and push up again, and then the second entry. At least break these bodies here. Why don't you look for strong shorts, or if you are in a strong downtrend? Because right now we're pushing up aggressively, but any aggressive push has a retracement. Like almost every aggressive push down has a retracement. Like here, 120 pips. Here, massive push down. Key level. It's not a random level. A potential retracement. Yeah, we might sell off from there, I agree. We might be not breaking out. We might just hold up here and we break even, which is fine. We come down. Okay. The trade was there indeed. The breakdown was there on the higher time frame. This is coming. So let's see if you can get into that zone with the hourly and then flip it. Because then you have a really strong hourly wick, bottom wick, confirmation and push to drive further. So love to see the dollar coming Sorry, the dollar. Gold coming down a little bit more and flipping bullish. Ego says, man, the Nasdaq has a double wick on a PDF day POC 15-minute time frame. Yeah, it's not strong enough though. Like, these are not the wicks you want to see. You want to see wicks like this, for example. Same as in our book, right? The wicks are kind of, you know, are at least 50% of the body, if that makes sense. Okay, it did it almost. It's beautiful. Consolidation, nice. One more steep wick. By the way, if you manage to break the lows even, right? You create something like this and you flip bullish. You don't even have to, we don't have to take the trade from the top wick. We can enter on the break. That's the rule. So if you break the lows and you swipe, you can wait for a body, right? Take your spreads in consideration. That's why I do, you know, I put it slightly higher, but it's usually from there. But then you have to take out the lows here. You have to create that lower wick. If you don't do that, and you just step into the previous weekly POC, like we're kind of doing almost now, then it's the wick. Then it's the wick break. If it closes below, it's an invalidation on the 15-minute. The 30-minute might still be alive though. If that makes sense. Because the 50-minute closes in 6 minutes. The 30-minute closes in 20 minutes. So it can be that the 50-minute closes below, but it can also be that the 30-minute still closes above. Then the 50-minute is an invalidation buy for entry model 1. Then the 30-minute becomes an entry model 1 potential. If the 30-minute closes below it, invalidation. You go to the hourly, right? If the hourly and the 30-minute are synchronized, both invalidated. So that's how we work with fractals, and the understanding of fractals is very important. Because we want to make sure that these time frames are aligned. So if a entry model on a lower time frame fails, then on the other time frame, the hourly time frame, it could still be the case. So now we have created the hourly tapping into that zone again. It tapped into our key level again. Question is, are buyers now stepping in here? Why are you looking for sales and not for buy? Why are you looking for buys, not for sales? Yeah, I don't sell in support, right? Why would I sell in strong support? When it broke there, when we took our trade, we were above support. When it broke below it, We didn't get the confirmation we needed for an entry model. So I'm neutral. I'm not only looking for buys. I'm also looking for sells if the opportunity presents itself. So this is interesting. So the hourly candle right now on the delta here. Price coming down. Yeah, delta is positive. Price is pushing down. Yeah, the delta is positive. We're seeing a bearish candle here. Delta is positive. Like buyers are still willing to defend. So aggressive sellers are getting absorbed by passive buyers. That's usually a good sign. So what needs to happen on the lower time frame? Sellers needs to become exhausted. We need to look for somewhat of an exhaustion. And this is where the footprint comes in very handy. So man, that's the next step. So much more to do. That's what I'm telling you guys. You know, 1 full year of working together on stream. We're gonna go through all of it. Marty says 30-minute entry model 1 can happen. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, the closer we get to the 30-minute, it's maybe better to wait for the 30-minute. But again, this is not bad. If we break at highs here, it's not bad. It's not bad. The reason why I'm not putting a buy stop yet is because if we manage to break this wick, then our entry can be a little bit lower. It's up to you though. If you want to take an aggressive entry, if you want to increase your risk to reward, it's up to you. If you close below it in 2 minutes, the 15-minute is invalidated. Lorenz, do you know which time frame you utilize when price hits your key levels? Yeah, so it depends on the formations of the candles, right? So you have your entry models here. It's always a 3-step plan. So the first candle hits the level. The second candle creates an indecisive it's an indecisive candle. The third candle is usually the entry candle. So you can start on the 15th, see how it develops. If you get closer to the hourly closure, maybe wait for the hourly to close first. In this case, the hourly already has closed. So the 15 is completely legit. If the 15-minute gets invalidated because we close below it, the 30 might hold. If you break down, it is what it is, next level. You're gonna get your entries. What could be the reason to go for the 5-minute instead of the 15? The 5-minute is possible, but I'm only doing this during sessions when there is no volume, like very low volume, number one. Or when it's an entry model 2, like we traded today. Today we took an entry model 2. This can also be in the 5-minute. I just have seen like better confirmations with the 15 and higher. You know, when there is like decent volume in the market. So now we close below it on the 15-minute. So now the 15-minute entry model 1 is invalidated. I hope that makes sense. But it doesn't mean that if price holds up, that the 30 minutes still closes above it. And then you suddenly, you have now a double wick confirmation on the 30 minute. If the 30 minute closes here, now you have a double wick confirmation. If you then break that wick, you have a 30 minute entry model 1. Does it make sense? And this is how we manage to trade against other guys, because other guys will see a closure below and they would immediately get into a position and they trade a setup to the downside, let's say, and price shoots up. And that's when we enter. So their stop loss is our entry. And the reason why that's useful is because this is where people are looking at, that trade horizontal support or resistance. They see a closure below. They see a flip. It comes down. Out of nowhere it shoots up. Why? Because the 30 minute is still not close yet. So that's why I don't trade horizontal support and resistance like that, because I've seen this before many times where you break down, and I've tested it even live on stream. You break down and price shoots up. Why? Because you're constantly scared of the hourly. Or you're constantly scared of the 30-minute candle if you trade on 15. Or on the hourly or the 2 hour. You're always scared of a candle on the higher time frame that's not close yet. And that's what this entry model separates you from. So you use volume number 1 to look for interest. So no more maybe this horizontal support level holds. Maybe. Based upon what you see on the chart. Trust me, we will never be as good as an indicator giving you the exact answer of where the most volume has been traded. So you take this already away. That's why we use volume analysis. Secondary, you have entry models to prevent you from fake outs as much as possible. There is no way with our win rate, we should have been able to have a 11 trade win streak. Which should have been more, but let's say an 11 trade win streak. When there are constantly fake outs in the market. Losses are gonna come, of course. Like there's no way, like we're already super blessed right now, guys. But there are so many different ways of reducing, you know, every single variable where you can just literally focus on what you need to focus on without the headache and without the worry. And that creates that confidence of a strategy here. And that's why people are constantly saying in the Discord, in the community, on Instagram, whatever, I feel much more confident now. Because you know that you're working with data. You know that you're working with a system, a mechanical system as well. And you're avoiding as many fake outs as possible. So the 30 now is still holding above it. Kind of. And I would not go above the 1 hour. It could be a 1 hour play. But it's going to be a very long stream. So I do not want to take the hourly entry model on stream today. The only entry model I'm interested in is maybe the 30 minute. And that's closing in 10 minutes. Yeah, guys. Sometimes we have some fun. We enjoy the process together. Sometimes it comes down to information. Important stuff. Innovation, my friends. Innovation. Constant innovation. 30 minutes holding. So far, at least. Let's see. And yeah, you bet, you know, people are shorting right now, right? And then when I look at the 30, I'm like, ooh, imagine being in the short right now. You know, that's what we are trying to avoid. And we're going literally completely against that with our system. So 9 minutes for that last closure, and then we know. Then we know. What's the inspiration for Limitless? Well, the possibilities are limitless, my friend. You know that somebody reached out to me at the beginning of my stream career? I was streaming for fun. When I was very small still, at the beginning. A year and a half ago. When I started on YouTube. I had a couple of viewers. Beginning. Did a couple trades, right? Started to talk, explain, opened up our Discord. At the beginning. And then a guy messaged me and he said, look, hey man. My mother just died of cancer. My children. I cannot see my children anymore. My wife left me. A lot of terrible situation. That. But ever I watch your stream, ever since I watched your stream, I learned something and I finally gained some knowledge and I gained some confidence and I know what I want to do now. And he's still in our community right now. I'm not going to call his name, but he's still in our community right now. And I never had the intention to do what I do now. I never had the intention to say I'm gonna start an academy. I'm gonna start the Limitless Trading Academy, and I'm gonna inspire other trade. No, I just was going live for fun. I was like, you know, this is fun. Why not? And you know, it keeps me sharp because you know people are watching, so you have to pay attention. And then I realized, okay, this is more. This is much deeper. This is actually, you know, we can change, and this is now a country where I want to get to. We can change a limitless amount of lives. So was Limitless born, my friends. And out of Limitless, LTA came. The end. 5 minutes for a closure. War. Anyways, do you think institutional manipulation is a real issue? I mean, yeah, markets are manipulated, rigged, whatever the case may be. But what's very hard to manipulate is volume. It's very hard to manipulate. Because data does not lie. You can spoof the market with fake orders and remove these orders. But you cannot fake executed orders. And high levels of interest at a certain level. Too many parties are involved. Are we waiting for the entry model? Well, if the 30-minute closes above it, you have a double wick confirmation on the previous weekly POC above that level. And that would give us a potential scenario that it's still the case indeed, yeah. So that's in 4 minutes. And if you close below it, it's invalidated. Then it's the hourly. But I do not want to wait for the hourly on stream. Maybe off stream later, but it's gonna be too late. So we took a W already today. If you can get another one, fantastic. If not, you know what to look for, right? You have your ebook, you know exactly what to do. Did you get this themselves earlier? No. No entry model on sales, unfortunately, here. Or at least an entry model will come. But we took a buy. And price went up, I think 40 pips. We closed it at 25-ish. Relatively small trade from our side here. If you look at the amount of pips you usually trade, 25 pips is usually on the low end. We don't like small pips too much, not too small. Depends on your strategy, of course. I just saw a documentary, guy got arrested for that huge fake order placement. Yeah, but fake orders are not executed orders. These are pending orders. When we're drawing the volume profile, guys, keep in mind that these orders are not pending orders. These orders are all executed orders. That's the value, that's the information that you see here. It's not the depth of market, it's not a heat map, it's not you know, the book map. It can be useful as a source of liquidity, but it's not executed. What's executed is the volume profile, the footprint. Do you get bothered if you missed a big move? No. Because we make money, right? I mean, we're winning, we're making money. No. Now this is the downfall of so many guys I know. So many traders. They feel the need to catch every single move. And they let their emotions control themselves when they can't catch a move. They're upset. And the question is then, why are they all profitable? Because they're trying to catch every single move. And they don't have the data because every trade is different. If you wanna catch every single move in the market and you're upset if you don't catch a big move, then you're gonna have a spreadsheet that doesn't make any sense because you're gonna have 8 different strategies on your spreadsheet. 8 different outcomes of each strategy. So you're gonna have 50, 60 variables on your spreadsheet. Do you think the data then is trustworthy? Your win rate is legit because that's the case. There are too many variables because one strategy provides this win rate. The other strategy provides this win rate. And if you don't know which one is what on your spreadsheet and you don't know how it aligns or individually is acting, then it's gonna get messy. Okay. We close below it, fam. We close below it. The hourly can give you still that entry model if you flip it. So if you close the hourly candle 30 minutes above it, which is still possible. We've seen it many times before. And you break the highs of the third candle, of the second candle with the third candle. You can get a quick, like, nice trade here, 1-to-1 plus. On this setup, a quick bounce into this range. And then you can decide how to close your position here. And then you can decide to flip it and look for a new entry model into the previous Sunday open, for example, into your next key level. It's up to you here. That's when you close only above it, when you break the highs. And you know, the lower you get, the better it's gonna be. The smaller the wick, the worse it is, right? The bottom wick. So I hope that makes sense. So win today, we make our money, okay? Yeah, no entry models on 30 minute, no entry models on the lower time frame, okay? Funny, right? Making money in a buy in a downtrend. How does that work? Interesting. Okay. Keep it up, fam. Sometimes we're gonna be aligned. Not every trade is gonna be a massive win, right? Our massive wins were last week when everything aligned there, entry models and everything. So yeah, it's up and down, but as long as we stay consistent, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Consistency is king, right? Winning, consistency is king. And you know, I mean, it still went up around, I think, from our entry. Where was it? It still went from a... it still was a 50 pip move. It still was a 50 pip move overall. So yeah. Tomorrow, last stream of the week. Okay. Today was a lot of talk, a lot of education, a lot of conversations around our entry model. So thank you for listening. Important stuff. All right, let's have some fun as well. And then next week is news. So next week we're going to trade the news again. It's going to be more exciting, more entertainment. It's going to be more fun. But for now, it's serious work, man. It's filling up our spreadsheet so we can eventually start thinking about doubling our risk. Because that's something that needs to happen now. We need to start doubling our risk right here, okay? We need to start getting to the 50 trades so we can get to the 5% per trade. Right? Important for me personally to grow my account and to really start nailing it down. All right? Very important. If you have printed out the LTA war map, all right, for yourself as well, then I want you to make sure that you share it in our community, okay? Share it in the Traders Chat. You holding the war map will be highly appreciated. We have a lot of many guys that have already been doing it, sharing it. It's incredible to see. Keep it up. I want you to put it and show for next time. We might do like a nice giveaway, okay? Tomorrow on stream. Looking forward to that. Limitless fam, thank you guys. Cheers, G's. Keep it up. Thank you, Abby, man. Thank you, Benjai. Rafal. See you tomorrow. Back to work tomorrow. Ciao.